Looks like my Aurora R7 from Alienware is here. Alienware/Dell. I just heard the doorbell. This computer is apparently not even out yet, but let's see if it's here. Hello? New computer! Alright, a box inside a box. Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna do some magic here. A box inside a box. Like that. I'd also like to state that in no way, shape, or form has Dell paid for any of this. I wish they would. No sponsorship, no nothing like that. This ain't like a regular review. And here's the little baby. Okay, this is actually a lot smaller than I thought. Hefty little dude. Regular PC ports. My single GPU for the moment, because I didn't want to pay that extra Dell tax for more memory and GPU and CPU. So I didn't get the top of the line, other than maybe the video card, at least for gaming. Shiny plastic. I mean, honestly, if you look at it just like right there in the bottom, it's totally a design of like a Dell. But the nice,
you could totally, yeah, it totally looks like a Dell.
Sweet. So once that's loosened up, you do that, and it opens up. There's a connector here, which I believe lets it know when the case is both open and powers the LEDs that are in here, which apparently are programmable. Okay, you know what? I thought this was going to be uglier. It's not too bad. There's actually cable covers and everything. The cables are kind of ugly still, but you know, 2 additional drives here sooner than later, since I do a lot of video work and storage is key. So this one and this one should be enough to supposedly roll this out. Hey, we got some action. And there we go. Nice and smooth. Cable still in place. This is really nice. I believe this is both cable management in the fact that the cable will wrap through here, and it keeps the video card from sagging. That's the liquid cooling solution to keep it all nice and not too loud. With the RAM sticks next to it, I'm going to swap those out eventually for 64 gigs of slightly faster DDR4. There's a keyboard connector right here, followed by the wireless/not wireless mouse. Alright, so this is cool. Spidey says hi. But no, this is the Crapifier, free little program. And it found that there's not really any items they would recommend removing. Meaning there is not a buttload of bloatware. Moving on to the preloaded software from Alienware themselves, it comes with a suite to let you change the exterior lighting, which is kind of nice. And I just applied it and boom, changed on the case. As you can see here. There's also a large stack of different options which were pretty cool to look at, and I know some of them you can find by digging through your system management and whatnot, but having them all accessible along with all the information about the thermal state and memory load and whatnot is pretty cool. They kind of organize that here for you, as well as give you more advanced options to mess with, which obviously I didn't mess with because I don't know enough about it just yet. Here's a little bit of my DirectX diagnostic readout. Now, I don't have any of the software to benchmark that you can pay for, but I did run a kind of free one that pretty much put me well above most of the targets. All the while, the system itself actually wasn't very loud at all. It kind of peaked around 40 something. So what I decided to do was run it through a few of the games that I have with the FPS enabled in Steam, and I pretty much maxed out all these games. And now you'll see that
some of these are actually like not the best performing games because they're, you know, indie titles that have like a lot of frantic stuff happening, such as this one, which is the spiritual successor to Road Rash. And I am a long-time Road Rash fan. I really liked Road Rash 3. And Road Redemption is an indie title that I backed on Kickstarter, which is actually pretty fun. I haven't played it in a while, so all the new updates and stuff were pretty pretty interesting. Apparently there's jetpacks and stuff for like boost jumps, and either way, it's just really satisfying to smack people. All the while, I didn't see the frame rate drip more than just once or twice to about 59 frames per second. Usually coming in and out of like interior exterior settings. You know, the frame rate will drop as well on Steam between menus and stuff. As you can see here in Rocket League, another favorite of mine that I play on PS4 and PC, I was able to max out all the settings, and I figured Chaos Mode would give us the most amount of vehicles to mess around with. And of course, Rocket League being Rocket League, I was able to get a constant 60 at now I could turn off VSync and let these run at a higher frame rate, but I don't have a monitor currently that supports higher than 60 frames per second. And the video card I have does support also G-Sync, so that a variable refresh rate monitor works. Moving on, Yooka-Laylee, spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie. This game I haven't really played too much of yet, but again, it is an indie title at this point, and this has some performance issues with it because of the way it's designed and possibly the engine Unity. But I didn't see the frame drop at any point during my playthrough of the intro. And last but certainly not least is a very well optimized yet still frantic and beautiful game called Doom, with an epic soundtrack. And of course I made that on Ultra, and not once did I see the frame rate drop, which was kind of awesome. Body parts flying, etc. It ran smooth. Certainly games are great, but my computer will end up ultimately being the powerhouse behind some of the video and animation work that I do with Adobe Creative Cloud through my work. So hopefully this computer was a good investment. I know you can get the same thing for about $100 to $200 less parts wise, but without the case and liquid cooling, so that's why I went with this. Anyway, if you guys like this video, I can come back in a few weeks with any further findings and feelings and impressions about this. Thanks for watching.